I'll just, when they come on the line, I'll just.
Step out. Okay. All right. So, Chris Bianco, Weicker Realty Civic Center. This is our Monday night training session. Tonight we're going to be going over FSBOs, how to find them, how to cultivate them, how to get them as listings. We're here with some agents, and we're going to do some online stuff. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at how to find them. Okay, that's the big piece. So I'm going to log in here to Zillow, and this is a public account. You don't have to sign up for any kind of account or anything like that. Just Google Zillow straight to the website. And then over here you'll see it says buy, rent, sell, home loan. So we're looking to buy, so we're going to go to the buyer side. And then over here it says for sale. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. And we are going to go to for sale. And there's a drop down. We're going to click on that box. And there's a drop down bar here. We're going to drop down on that. And we are going to unclick the buy agent. We're going to make sure we save the buy owners, for sale buy owners. That's what we're marketing here. I personally don't do the foreclosures. I don't do auctions. I don't do new construction. I don't do coming soon. So I just have the for sale by owners clicked on that box. That's it. And then if you go over here to potential listing, you do the drop down box there. I also click on the make me move. Generally speaking, the make me move is something that where somebody may throw a big number out on the house, and if they get it, they'll move, that kind of thing. But we've had some experiences where some of the other agents have said that they're a little bit easier to deal with on the phone. So they're a little more reasonable. So I click on that box, and then we're going to go out here, okay? And then what you have to know about Zillow is that it'll show you the potential properties that are in the map, okay? So right now, this map is kind of defaulted to the greater Phoenix area. It's got some Tempe in here, Scottsdale it looks like. But if you want to get more specific and more drilled down on it, you certainly can, okay? So for me, I'm kind of a Scottsdale guy, so I'm going to zing in I'm going to click and hold and drag this down to Scottsdale, maybe even increase it a little bit. And over here it'll tell you that you got about 68 results. This is kind of Midtown Scottsdale. Old Town is where our office is. So that's basically where I'm going to go, right in here. So out of here I see that I have 68 results. One of the things that I talk a lot about with you guys is your price points. So I will go in here on pricing on mine, and I will go 300 plus. And then I'm done with that. So now that's going to drop it down to 45 results. See how that works? Okay, all right, cool. So here's where you get the biggest piece of it, okay? So in order to find out where we're going and how to find them, now it's my belief, and you guys can check me on this, but it's my belief that when it comes to Zillow tends to be the largest one of the big 2 or 3 of those public websites out there, those consumer websites out there. Trulia is another one, realtor.com is another biggie. But I always found that a lot of these will syndicate from one to the other. Therefore, if I find it on Zillow, more than likely it's going to be on Trulia, it's going to be on realtor.com. So I only really spend my time with Zillow. There's probably a few houses out there that you might be able to find that aren't on Zillow, but then you're really but that's up to you guys. I usually just work with Zillow, and the main reason is because I know the website well enough. I can surf around on it pretty well. But if you find that realtor.com is one that you are comfortable with, you've been on more or something like that, I'm sure that these houses are still on Zillow, or on realtor.com as well as Zillow. I'm sure they syndicate to each other. So anyway, so I've got 45 of these. I'm going to start pulling them open and see what's going on, okay? So let's pull open the first one. This is a great looking listing, 530, Buena Terra 250, just north of here. We have another agent that joined us, so I'm videotaping this. So Todd, come on in. So anyway, great listing. This is Buena Terra Way, Scottsdale, Arizona, so pretty good deal. It's been on Zillow 11 days. I never worry about the number of days on market. I don't over strategize it. I don't think about, well, let it sit on the market for a month and then they're ready to, for me to pounce on, or anything like that. What I will tell you is within the first 11 days, the first few days of the listing, they're getting probably as many as 20 to 30 calls a day from predatory agents. So they may be a little gruff up front, but we're there to help. So keep that in mind. This is more of a positive feedback. So I never worry about it. I do look at it and notice it, but I never really worry about it. So a couple things that I'm going to do, and I'm going to talk to you guys about a little bit, is some of the great tools that I'll pull out of this. So the next thing I'm going to tell you, so that's kind of how we find it. Now I'm going to kind of lap it into how we build it and manage it. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this down, and I think I've sent you guys all the, I may not have it on this laptop, but I've sent you guys the Zillow Package.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Zillow Package, the first letter that goes out there is basically an introductory letter. And again, our campaign is a 10-touch program. It's really more than that. It's more like 20 or 25 by the time you add in the calls. But it's a repetitive touch program, and it's also a value add. So we're not there really garnering a listing. I try and avoid my way around that. Hey, are you ready to list with it? You're not going to sell it. I try and avoid my way around that. What I'm really looking for is I'm looking for just starting to build the relationship. So the first piece of it is an introductory paragraph. You guys, I've sent you the program, the package. Make it your own, tweak all the language or text, or there's probably spelling and grammar errors in there, so fix all that or whatever. But it's absolutely an introductory. So whoever you are, whatever, add that piece to it. The second part of that is the first piece of value add, and that was important for me. So again, we're going to go into comps. So the first letter that you send out, and Todd, he just joined us, he can attest. That's the most time-consuming piece of it, because you're drilling down on the property. You're looking on the MLS, you're seeing what's sold out there, what price points are, what the amenities that are selling, and those types of things. So a good piece of information that and I tend to spend too much time on the first letter. I catch myself going, just send it, something sent is better than something perfect, right? Mm-hmm. And not sent. So anyway, I'll look at it. I'll see if I can't find an old listing to see what kind of upgrades might be in it, those types of things, to get as accurate as I can. But also, you always want to finish that with the fact that you can't be as accurate on a list price without viewing the property. You want to know what kind of upgrades they have in it, so keep that in mind. So this is a rough sketch of what we think the value is, and you can put a range in there, things like that. But you're drilling down and you're comping it big time. And that's the biggest piece. So once that first letter goes out, and again, once the first letter goes out, I print them all. When I first find this piece, and I said, that's a property I want to target, and I select that property, I go through the entire 10 or 11 pages of it, and I customize it to fit that piece. Does that make sense? So then the next thing I do is, once I decide, okay, this first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to also pull up the MLS. Okay. And what I'm looking for on the MLS is this property listed by an agent? Because a lot of agents will list them as FSBOs. So I don't know if you guys remember Lou, but Lou used to run into a bunch of these. So what I'll do is I'll come in here and I will take and copy and paste this address right into